Okay, welcome to Football Focus UAE, and today we have another special edition. We have lots of special editions. Today we have a special guest with us. This is Bernhard, and Bernhard's going to tell us a little bit about himself, and then after that we're going to do some predictions. Bernhard's predictions against Ian and I's predictions for game week number 12. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you personally. I know Ian would for coming on this show.
Thank you for having me.
No. This is a show that we, as you know, we're trying to promote and expose the football league here in the UAE. We don't do this for fame and fortune, which would be nice, but we do it because we believe in the football here. We want the world to see what a wonderful league it is, and I know Bernhard's been here a long, long time, so he's going to tell us a little bit about that. But when he gives his predictions, he's also going to tell us why he feels his team will win and why this team will lose. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'd like to say thanks again to Bernhard. And first of all, Bernhard, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Predictions will be a tough task, especially in football.
Yes, of course.
Because the normal thing in football is the surprise.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what makes it a beautiful game.
Yeah, I'm here since 15 years now, exactly, since 2005, and I was at the Football Federation as a technical director. Was setting up all the coaching education at that time, and supervised the youth national teams. That was for 11 years. Yeah. And we had a good time, I have to say. We promoted a lot of local coaches who were quite successful at that time. And I remember only with local coaches, we qualified for 2 World Cups, under 17 World Cup, under 20 World Cup, for the Olympic Games in London.
Yes, one of the achievements.
And had some with the national team, even with local coach, some tremendous good results at the AFC Cup in Australia. So that was a good time, successful time. Now in the last years, I'm working for Ajman Club as a technical director as well. No, before I was in China. I was in.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit how you got into football. Bernhard, you were telling us earlier how you as a player, then you got injured, you became a coach.
As I said, let's go backwards. I was in China then before, then I was in Indonesia as a national team coach, worked for FIFA at the CONCACAF for the whole Caribbean region for developing, and Malaysia, Thailand.
So well traveled.
Asia, in every corner.
Wow.
And before in Germany, I started as a player with 1860 Munich. Assistant coach, head coach in there, changed to Bayern Munich as a technical director, coach for the under 19 there.
Impressive CV,
I was in Berlin 2 years. Yeah. That was in these years when the wall came down, and coached in Berlin the second Bundesliga. Yeah, so I was around a little bit. So
you have been around.
Huh?
You have been around.
Yeah. So let's see how things go on now after this dark days what we have now in the hours.
I mean, just asking one question, Bernhard. You know, this coronavirus we've had, it's been very difficult for football. Do you think, football now playing behind closed doors, do you think it affects the results? Do you think it affects the players, the way they play, not having fans? Not just here in the UAE, but for the world.
For sure. I mean, we still see, when you look at Europe, we still see in England, in the Bundesliga, and so we still see. Remember the last Champions League without spectators, still fantastic and very high quality games. But somehow, and even here, we see here some good games without people. But somehow, to a certain degree, the fun is missing. There's a certain degree of fun for everybody, for the players in the first place, maybe for you as reporters as well, and for the spectators. But at least we have the football back, and we can watch it and we can play it ourselves, so we just have to be patient and wait a little bit. And I'm sure when the spectators come back or can come back, the football will have this little bit of extra more quality than it is now.
That's good to hear.
At least,
good to hear, Bernhard.
let's be happy what we got now in the moment.
Yeah.
yeah, we're very lucky we've got football, so we've got to be grateful for that.
Yeah, sure.
But we've mentioned, haven't we, in a couple of games we've seen, especially local derbies, they haven't quite had that bite, that passion. I think because the fans aren't there to inspire and get the teams going.
Exactly.
All right, Bernard, what we're going to do, we've talked about Bernard predicting some games. What I like about Bernard, because of his experience, his knowledge, especially here in the UAE, when he gives predictions, Bernard can tell us why he feels this team can win and why he feels this team will lose. So we're going to look at game week 12. The first game we're going to look at, Bernard, is Jazira versus Korfakan. Who do you think is going to win? Jazira versus Korfakan, that's a good one.
It's, as you said, a derby, first of all. And interesting, they are neighbors in the standings.
Yeah.
And Korfakan, in the last 2-3 games, they got a little bit of a turnaround for the better. Started very bad, but then it looks good, and I like them. In their last game against Ajman, they looked very focused.
Yeah.
And even tactically quite developed and good experience. And Jazira looks to be still.
But they won 3-2 against Shabab Al Ahli the last game.
Exactly. And Jazira is a little bit.
He's a coach from Korfakan last season, isn't he? Goran.
Exactly. Jazira, I think they still look a little bit for finding their best of form. But they are neighbours in the.
So it's a local derby. They're both playing okay.
And you see already these last 4 or 5 teams, Hatta, Ajman, Jazira, Korfakan. You can even include in the moment still Al-Wasl, with 12 points. And
but who do you think?
Korfakan with 8 points. So these teams, when they play each other, these points, they count double.
We call it a 6-pointer.
Remember I mentioned Korfakan in Ajman last time. You know? And so this game again is for both teams the opportunity to make a real step ahead, maybe out of this group or on top of this
relegation battle.
The loser will hang down still. So it's one of these games where you at the end of the season can say maybe that game was a crucial one.
Very good. So who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Come on, Bernard, I've got to push you.
I quit. I say it's a draw.
It's a draw.
Good.
So remember this one.
I would
Jazira against Korfakan, Bernard says a draw.
call it a 2-2.
A 2-2 draw. Remember that. All right, let's move on. Sharjah, top of the table, the informed team against Ajman. The whipping boys, we like to say.
Against Ajman?
Yeah.
I think Ajman played in Jazira.
No, this is game week 12. We're doing a week ahead because we want you to do this one. Game week 12.
Oh, one more week.
Yes.
Sharjah
versus Ajman.
Ajman against Sharjah. I mean,
Sharjah at home against Ajman.
The clear best teams so far.
And this is your team, Ajman. Be careful.
Yeah. No, the clear best team so far is Sharjah and Jazira.
Why is that? Why are they better? Is it because of their physical presence, their quality?
You know, with Sharjah, I think Sharjah is physically very good, very athletic, and you see this in one versus one situations, how they play physically. I don't say that they play foul, no, but they play very athletic.
Yeah,
and
very strong on the ball.
And a good indicator is that you remember it was already last year how many games Sharjah win at the end of a game when they sometimes
they're doing that now.
Goal. So it's now the same. And Al Jazira plays, for me, technically, tactically, the best football in the moment.
I predict them to win.
They have a very, very precise and fluent possession play, passing game. Looks almost a little bit European style. And let's not forget, they have 2 players in the back, maybe the most experienced goalkeeper in the league with Ali. And who is a tremendous good organizer, always was.
Well, we're coming to Al Jazira. Tell me about Sharjah and Ajman.
Yeah, okay, Sharjah, Ajman, and when you look at the tables, it's clear Sharjah is the winner. Yeah, but as I said, you never know with football. And
well, you're saying Ajman are picking it up a little bit. They are.
Huh?
They just lost in the cup, but they played better.
Yeah, they
Against Al Nassr.
Ajman looked improved in the last game yesterday in the cup game against Al Nassr. They had their chance in Al Nassr yesterday, and they looked good. So if they can maintain this in Sharjah, and then they are able to how to say to withstand the physical play of Sharjah, when then they might have a chance. Important for Ajman is only one thing, that they have a very unexperienced, in the moment, a very unexperienced central defense. With Abdullah Rakhan, young player, very talented. Young.
Looks very good though.
And the other player, solid, same young player, unexperienced and tall players. So that's maybe
their weak
a
area.
crucial point. And in the moment, not much happens in Ajman in attack. They have one dangerous player.
Trawali.
This is Trawali.
From
He
Shabab.
can make some noise in the Sharjah defense, but he alone maybe is not enough.
So what's the score? Sorry,
I was just going to say, when I've watched Ajman, Tawali looks like a good player, very good feet, he's good pace, but he's
on
not
his own.
supported. He's on his own.
Yeah, and then he comes from the wings.
Yeah.
Maybe the consideration to put him in the center
as a number 9.
But I'm not the coach here. When he comes from the wings, it means when he has the ball, always a long way to go.
Yeah.
In the
a
center,
lot to do.
close.
He's got a lot to do.
And
give me a prediction. What's the score then? Sharjah going to win? What score, Bernhard?
I would say a 2-0.
2-0. Okay, good. All right, let's move on to the next game. This is another local derby. Ahli versus Al Jazira.
Yeah, derby.
I mean, that's a tough one to predict.
Al Ain, as you see, Al Ain a little bit struggling.
Yeah, they're up and down, I feel.
They have kind of a new team. Many of the older players, these experienced players that they had in the defense over the years are not playing anymore.
He's bringing the youth in. He's bringing the youth.
They are struggling to come back to be that kind of top team what Al Ain always was. So they are hanging around in the midfield now, and to get a connection to the top of the standings. That's in the moment. That is, I don't think they are thinking of a championship. That would be a dream this year.
Yeah.
Or a miracle. A miracle, maybe, too.
No, but so they are maybe in a situation where they say, okay, they take this year, build up a new team, and will be then next year a new contender for the championship.
Yeah, bit of transition.
Yeah. And Al Jazira is, as I said before, maybe the
best team.
The team who plays in the moment the best and most attractive football. I mentioned Ali Kusais as a goalkeeper, as an experienced, good organizer in the back. And let's not forget, they have the second guy up front is Ali Mafkout. For me, one of the best strikers in Asia.
He's been phenomenal.
He proves this again and again when he plays national team. He's the match winner for the national team since years, again and again, and so it is with Al Jazira. And around that, they have a couple of new, young, technically very high-level players, and it's enjoyable to watch them play. The way they have their possession play, their meshikura.
I've watched them a few times.
The ball travel, and so this is that looks good. They can give a rhythm to the game in a way, like when they want to make it slowly, they do that. When they want to make it fast, they do that. Jazira has a little bit something of a European
where they play
professional football.
So give me a prediction. Ahli at home.
Al Jazira will win.
Al Jazira will win.
Yes.
What's the score?
3-1.
3-1. Wow. A way to. All right. This is an interesting one. Kalba versus Hatta. Hatta are having a nightmare.
Again,
Bernhard. A nightmare. 1 point.
Hatta, it looks like
New coach.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Changed the coach.
And Kalba they're fantastic at the moment.
you can easily say now, oh, the new coach give him some more time, but you know, he lost already a couple of games, yeah, and there is no time anymore. It's now do or die. They are now in that situation where you say Hatta has now every game is already some kind of final for them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Every game's a cut final. They've got to win.
Already since 2 games. And but when you look at the goal difference, it's terrible. They almost score no goals, get many goals. So it's in Hatta, in the moment, and when you look at the table standing and at the statistics, you see in the moment nothing is working. You know, even physically and everything. So.
Well, you saw the last game, Bernhard. They were 2-0 up against Kofakan.
Yeah.
Well, the game before, 2-0, and then they lost 3-2.
Yeah.
Was it Kofakan?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
They were 2-0 up, and then they just came out and sat back. Is the confidence? We think the confidence is maybe low, or what's that? 2-0 up, playing really well, and then
it's overconfidence, you should say. You know, and maybe they already started to celebrate the first win after the 2-0. And you know, in football,
dangerous thinking.
You get it back immediately. on a League One, like here level, the slightest mistake gets punished immediately, and that's what it was.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe they'll learn out of this.
Hopefully,
you know, they learn from that. But Halwa, I have to say,
surprise package.
They look good. They look physically good. They look mentally very strong.
You were saying organised, well organised.
Organized, very focused. And let's not forget they have
some good signings at David Mariani.
Yeah. And they are always
Malapa.
Yeah, and the other foreign player, what's his name?
David Mariani, Santini,
yeah,
Wanderson.
They are always good. They are always good to score. And I favor Canada for this game. It would be an absolute surprise when Canada would win this game.
Yeah. What's the score? Give me a score, Bernhard.
I would say
Calber at home to Hatta.
I give Hatta at home. No, Calber at home.
Yeah.
So I make it a 3-0 for Calber. I think it will be a clear.
All right, next game. Al Nassr, the meanest defence in the league, versus Al Wahda.
Again, interesting game.
How so?
Al Wahda, good team, but still in the moment struggles a little bit to find their style, their win on a regular basis, maybe develop a series of wins in order to get on top, or get into the first three.
They can't seem to string some wins together. They win, they lose, they win, they draw.
That they lost their striker, who is now in Al Nassr.
I didn't know. Which one's that? Taglabu? Oh, okay.
Maybe they still suffer a little bit for that. And Al Nassr, on the other side, is maybe in the moment close to Sharjah and Jazira in terms of quality. They play very good. I guess it's maybe still a little bit missing in order to be a real title contender to give up trouble to Sharjah and to Jazira. I think it's between these two teams.
Yeah.
But Al Nassr, maybe they aim for the cup. Now they are in the same.
Yeah, they won it last season, so yeah.
So that's. But as I said, Al Nassr is on a good way. I think they had some good signings the last 2 years. And
Mendes, Taglabu, there's some good players there.
And when they can manage in the future, when they go on with this good team management, when they can manage to recruit some players from their own rankings,
from the youth, from their academy,
new blood, young guys, then I think Nasser has a good future. And the result in Al Nassr,
yes,
I don't think Al Nassr will give it away. I say a 2-1.
2-1, very good.
Because Ismail Mata in Al Wahda maybe he still plays 10 years more. He's always good for a goal.
All right, we're going to our next game.
Yes.
Bernhard, a very interesting game, a local derby. Banyas, who are playing really well, versus Al Dhafra, who are...
Dhafra is in Banyas. Okay.
It's in Banyas, yes.
But still, Dhafra, if away or at home, it's always a difficult game. You know that through all these years now, Dhafra is always ready or capable to give a surprise, even against big teams. And so I don't see them without chance in Banyas. Whereas I have to say that Banyas looks really comfortable playing possession football, controlling a game, looking as a whole team good and organized when using the ball in defense. So and in Banyas, I don't think they will give it away, but it will be a very tight game. So I say it's a short one, 1-0, 2-1 for Banyas.
Okay, 2-1 to Banyas, maybe 1-0. Okay, finally, maybe the best game of the week in week 12, a local derby, Al Wasl, who seem to be like this, Bernhard, winning, win, lose against Shabab Al Ahli, who we say are the draw specialists. They just seem to be drawing every game, and they lost their last game against Jazira.
Yeah, I mean, Al Wasl, Shabab Al Ahli, one of the hottest derbies of the year.
Yeah.
And it's so the short-term history now. I mean, these last games is interesting. As you said, there is a lot of ups and downs in both teams.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, Wasl have just sacked their coach, Salim Rabia, and brought in a new one.
No, they didn't sack him. He's assistant coach.
Oh, sorry.
And they took in this new coach from Brazil. The problem is he has zero experience in Emirati football.
Wow.
And he started now. With, you can come with all reputation what you have, but when you started now, he lost the first 2 games, one cup game and one league game. So now he is in kind of a need to produce something against that the team is producing something against Shabab Al Ahli, at least a draw. Because when you come as a new coach and you lose then suddenly 3 games,
the pressure's on.
So the pressure's on. So your reputation, convincing the players, being in charge of the dressing room, so to speak, starts to diminish, step by step. So for him, it's a crucial game.
Yeah.
And for Al Wasl, it's a crucial game. Shabab Al Ahli is a little bit in the same situation.
Yeah, they just got rid of their coach.
With a new coach.
Is he a local coach?
Mehdi Ali.
Yeah.
He was national team coach and very, very successful. Maybe the most successful national team coach over the last 20, 25 years or what when I think so. And,
do you think it's a good,
I know him.
a good signing?
I know Mehdi Ali good personally, and I rate him as a coach who knows his job, who knows the game, who can develop it.
And he knows the local game.
He proved that. And he had a good mentor. He was my student.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
No, but fun aside, but he is really the person you trust him that he can change Al Ahli again for the better.
And get them a winning side again.
Getting back into the top of the league, and this is where Al Ahli, Shabab Al Ahli, where they belong.
Yeah, they've got the team. They've got some fantastic players.
Still, maybe to take some games more, but in the long run, I'm optimistic. Mehdi Ali will make that team as a solid top team.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, but in the moment now,
against Al Wasl away,
Al Wasl still has its chances, and for Shabab Al Ahli, it's in the moment a little bit of the same situation. Because Mehdi Ali, he lost the first game, and then he was in the second one now. So I guess it will be a close game, but Ahli will have that one goal, maybe a 2-1, 3-2.
Really?
But I expect some goals in this game.
Yeah, I know.
3-2 for Ahli, I would say.
3-2, wow, away from home, that's it. What's his space, okay? Well, Bernhard, I'd like to say thank you very much for that. That was excellent.
You're welcome.
Bernhard's been here 15 years. He's now returning back to his family after travelling the world and spending quite a time here in the UAE. As you heard, technical director, Ajman coach. I'd like to personally thank you because Bernhard does help me a lot in my commentating, and wish him a safe journey back, and thank you for everything. Thank you to the Iwan Hotel for allowing us to do this interview with Bernhard. It's really appreciated, and all the best and success in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ian, would you like to
cheers,
say anything?
Bernhard. No, just thank you very much. It's been a privilege. Thank you.
Hope to
Enjoyed listening to you.
see you soon.
Okay.
I enjoyed it myself. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Watch this space.
Thank you to the man behind the camera.